Is it safe to travel to El Salvador? Is it expensive? What currency do they even use? What do you do when you get there? What questions do you have about El Salvador? What's holding you back from visiting this amazing country? Hey guys, it's Carol. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the 7 best reasons to come and visit El Salvador. Now, if you've ever been to El Salvador, then you already know that there are a million reasons to visit and fall in love with this amazing country. But maybe it's been way too long since your last visit, and now you have more questions than answers. Or maybe you've never even been. Comment down below. Let me know, when was the last time that you came to El Salvador? Because let me tell you, if you have ever been on the fence about visiting this amazing country, now is the time to come. But you know that I love living here, so don't just take my word for it. Let's listen to what these tourists have to say about El Salvador.
It's been 27 years, almost 28 years that I haven't been here. And you know, the history in El Salvador in the past, it wasn't good. But after researching, watching videos, and see a lot of people coming back, other people living in here, wow, it was amazing to me that I wanted to come back.
Yeah, El Salvador is great. I really love the country. I've been here for like a week now.
It's super exciting to be here. There's a lot of energy and it's beautiful. It's just stunningly gorgeous in the morning, in the evening, and all day. So totally recommend it.
We've been to Mexico 18 times. And we're done with Mexico. We just love El Salvador.
I'm just so happy to be here and I just want to stay.
This is one of the nicest places in the world. Welcome to my world, El Salvador.
Everyone who visits El Salvador falls in love with the country. There are so many special qualities that keep people like me here and draw tourists back time and time again. But these are my top 7 reasons why you should come and visit El Salvador and experience it for yourself. Number 1, the people of El Salvador are amazing. Salvadorans are awesome. And I know that I'm biased because my husband and my daughters are Salvadoran, but dude, it's totally true. The people of El Salvador are known for their work ethic, their big hearts, and their hospitality. No matter where they live or what resources they may have, they will welcome you into their home and try to make sure that you have a good time. There's a saying here in El Salvador, donde comen 4, comen 5. Or where 4 can eat, 5 can eat. Meaning there's always room at the table for one more. And even if you don't speak the language, they will do whatever is possible to make you feel at home.
So even though I speak about this much Spanish, I didn't have any troubles feeling like I fit in.
People are so incredibly friendly. You really feel that they encourage tourism.
The people are friendly. The folks are always willing to help out.
The people are amazing.
The people are beautiful, and they have big hearts, and they welcome everybody that comes here.
People are so humble,
Yes.
very nice, and you know, you cannot buy that.
Number 2, El Salvador is super affordable to visit. I mean, if we're talking about food, you can find an amazing plate at a really nice restaurant for between $10 to $15. Or you can feast on pupusas, where 5 can eat for less than $10. And the local markets are stocked with every fruit and vegetable you can imagine at far less of a price than you can find anywhere else. For example, avocados at 70 cents or mangoes, 5 for $1. All fresh and preservative free.
Pupusas. Can that be the number 1 reason to come to El Salvador? Pupusas. They're amazing. They're so delicious.
And when it comes to fun, you can get a surf package or an adventure package, a spa treatment, or even dental work or medical work done if you're here for medical tourism for a fraction of the cost that you would find anywhere else in the world, let alone the continental United States.
Okay, in California, for me to go to the day spa, cost more than it cost for the 5 of us to go and spend the entire day, right? I couldn't even get into the day spa in California for what I paid for the 5 of us to go have an amazing adventure while we were there.
And when it comes to accommodations, you can find an Airbnb here in El Salvador for about $70 a night. You can even find cheaper long-term rental options when you ultimately decide to extend your stay, as most people do. There are slightly more expensive resort or hotel options if that's more your speed, or if you're more of an adventurous spirit, hostels are plethrous and extremely reasonable here in El Salvador. And flights are no exception. For example, you can book a round-trip flight from any of these 3 major cities in the US for less than $200 right now. So however you slice it, you can have the vacation of your dreams for pennies on the dollar. And speaking of the dollar, it is important to note that El Salvador currently has 2 legal currencies, the first of which being the US dollar, which makes it super easy to have purchases and transactions without doing all that crazy math in your head. That is, of course, if you are used to the US currency. Secondly, we also accept Bitcoin as a legal tender here in El Salvador as of last September. We are still in the transitional phase, so not everywhere accepts it at this time, but it is accepted at most hotels, restaurants, markets, and even my local dollar store. All major credit cards are also widely accepted, and there are ATMs on just about every corner.
If you're in a cryptocurrency and seeing it in action, this is it. This is where you want to be, because this is where they're like testing out the future and making it happen.
Number 3, the weather in El Salvador is perfect. El Salvador is a tropical paradise, and technically there are 2 seasons. The dry season, which runs from November to April, and the rainy season, which runs from May to October. But you can pretty much always guarantee it's going to be about 87 degrees and sunny outside. It truly is an endless summer.
Sun, 86, beautiful beaches. Why wouldn't you come here?
15 degrees in Michigan.
Yeah.
15 degrees, 12 inches of snow in our hometown.
Yeah. We love it here.
Number 4, El Salvador is chock full of natural wonders. With 23 active volcanoes, 6 national parks, and more than 200 miles of pristine coastline just calling out for surfers. There is something for everyone here. Even better, the tourist locations in this country are often not very crowded, helping you feel like it's just you and nature. Perfect for the travel enthusiast looking to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with nature.
We released sea turtles at the beach, which was just amazing.
Nature is beautiful, the beach is beautiful, really no reason to skip El Salvador.
Seeing this beach, seeing all the beauty in El Salvador, make my heart melt and say, I gotta go back.
We've been here a couple of times, and what I really love is how beautiful the beaches are. You cannot compare these beaches to anywhere else, and there's no pressure.
Number 5, San Salvador is a modern metropolis. You may think with all this natural beauty around that San Salvador was out of touch with modern life, but you'd be sorely mistaken. San Salvador, El Salvador's capital, is a modern metropolis and an important financial hub of Central America. The city is home to 2.4 million Salvadorans and hosts an impressive display of modern architecture, office buildings, hotels, shopping malls, all kinds of restaurants, and a booming nightlife. There are also familiar comforts from home from the States, such as Walmart, Starbucks, Bath & Body Works, and Denny's. San Salvador has all of the makings of modern conveniences of any major city worldwide, with the added benefit of being in El Salvador, which we already explained is friendly and sunny all year round.
There is amazing shopping centers. Like, oh my gosh. When I first got to El Salvador and we went to the mall, I was like, oh my God, like, are you sure I'm not in the States? Because this is amazing.
Cities are beautiful.
There's a lot of life to this place.
Number 6 is proximity. Everything in El Salvador is so close. Because El Salvador is so tiny, the whole country is literally the same size as New Jersey. You can travel from one end of the country to the next, from the Guatemalan border to Honduras, in under 5.5 hours. And the roads are in good condition, making traveling from one location to the next pretty easy. Everything is so close. You could literally hike a volcano in the morning and then by the afternoon relax and surf at the beach. The next day you can visit a small artisanal town and head to San Salvador in the evening to hit up a discotheque. It's a small country that packs a big punch.
Welcome to San Salvador, El Salvador. Aquí en El Tunco, you can do surfing in the morning. You can go to El Volcán de Izalco in the afternoon. And at night, you can go to San Salvador at a discotheque until 2 in the morning. And then you can start all over again. Welcome to my world.
Number 7, El Salvador is safe to visit. Now, I know El Salvador has garnered a bad reputation for violence, but that's often been perpetuated by false media narrative and ignorance. El Salvador is safe to visit. Now, don't get me wrong, just like any major city, there are areas where you won't want to walk alone at night or be flashing around large amounts of cash. Common sense goes a long way. But El Salvador is not dangerous for travelers. In fact, generalized crime in El Salvador has been greatly reduced over the past few years and is isolated to a few specific areas that travelers simply will not enter. And I know this is a sensitive and complex topic and one that should be handled responsibly, but I want to give you guys my honest opinion. I think it's totally unfair that such a beautiful country full of such amazing people is often only thought of as being one of the most dangerous places in the world, when this is simply not true. El Salvador is safe to visit, and that's a fact. So while the headlines about El Salvador are usually of the negative variety, the only truly negative thing about El Salvador is having to leave.
I never once felt afraid, ever. I just felt at home there. El Salvador feels like home.
It's completely safe. It's like any American city, because we live in America. There's a bad part of every town, and you just don't go there. So just be smart travelers, and you'll have a fantastic time.
And everybody thinks El Salvador is dangerous. I'm having a really good time here, and it's not dangerous. You just have to be smart. I live in Los Angeles. You have to take the same safety measures anywhere you go. Don't be an idiot. Don't get drunk at night and do stupid things. You have a great time here if you come here and you're not stupid.
It's very safe to get around. It's very easy to get around.
It's I never felt dangerous at all as a female solo traveler.
Part of the reason why my husband and I are here is because we saw her channel. And she shows us the better side of El Salvador. We've been trying to just see the bad side of El Salvador, but in reality, you know, we got here on the 28th, and we have been going non-stop. It is so beautiful here, the beaches, the people, all of the tourism that there is here. It just there's not enough credit that you know the picture can give. You guys got to come out and see the beauty of it.
And I had little to no expectations about El Salvador, and the ones I did were really bad. I'm embarrassed to say that now, but my grandma immigrated from El Salvador to California. My mom was born here. I've only heard really bad stories, horrible things, but now that I'm here, it's changed everything for me. I only think about coming back here. I've extended my time here. I've changed my plane ticket. I stand here and I just feel like way more connected than I ever have to like a country. I feel really proud.
No hay problema, solo felicidades. Enjoy it. I love it. El Salvador, número uno. Saludos.
Woo! That's the best thing I can